Starting at forward, 6'9" out of Switzerland, Keyshawn George. What's going on, everyone, and welcome into another episode of Wizards Latest. I'm your host, Ben Robertson, and I think that's probably what it's going to sound like this weekend at the home opener against Charlotte in Capital One Arena for those player intros. And guys, we have a victory to talk about, the first of the season, and of course, it was led by that man. Keyshawn went off against Dallas. 34 points, becomes the youngest player in franchise history to begin the season with back-to-back 20-point games and a 117-107 dub against the Mavericks. To be quite honest, this is not what I was expecting. I said in yesterday's video, and if you dropped your reaction down below, we'll talk about it here today in the comment section. We'll run through, of course, as always, moving forward. But I said yesterday, I thought the Mavericks were going to come in fired up after really getting shown up by Victor Wembanyama on opening night. Win off against Anthony Davis, Derek Lively, and co. 40 and 15. I thought they were going to take it out on our young Wizards, and at first it looked like it might go that direction. And then the Wizards battled back, like we saw coming out of halftime against the Bucks in Game 1. They found something, but it came a little bit earlier, earlier in the first quarter, as a matter of fact. Started hitting some threes late in that first quarter, cut the game down to single digits, then took the lead in the second quarter and really ran with things from there. Of course, you had the big rookie matchup there, Trey versus Cooper. Maybe not specifically matched up. And obviously, we talked about playing different roles for the teams. I want to touch on that just a little bit. I thought Cooper actually played maybe better as the game went on. I thought when they started to try to fight back late in that game, it was because he, actually made a couple nice plays. They're asking a lot of him as a rookie, essentially playing point guard for that team. And I also said yesterday, I'm going to say this is where I was wrong, to be quite honest. Cooper, I thought he was in a position maybe of trying to fit in to that team that thinks they're trying to contend. I actually think, especially with Kyrie out, they need him to be really good. And I'm not sure maybe he's going to be ready or be enough in that role, especially playing point guard for what they're trying to do, at least this year. But less on Cooper Flag and more on the Wizards because they got a victory. And honestly, I thought a lot of the win, it was because of great things that the team did. Of course, let's talk about Keyshawn George, man. How impressive was he? Again, 30, let's run through the stat line here. 34 points, 11 boards, 4 assists, a couple steals, and 3 blocks. Got it done on both ends of the court. I thought it was impressive. Again, we're going to talk more about the defense as well, but he, holding the Mavericks to 107 points, 107, that number, it's not easy to do in the modern NBA. Last year, I think only 5 or 6 teams averaged less than 110 points per game. So to be quite honest, 110 is the new 100, what it used to be maybe 10, 15 years ago in terms of scoring in basketball. And a big part of that was Keyshawn George, not only getting buckets and really, once again, he just seems so in control this year, just so smooth. It just seems like anything he kind of wants to do on the court, he can. And then he makes play after play, whether it's a deflection or just straight up one-on-one defending, getting a stop and forcing a guy to pick up his dribble at the other end. It was just a masterclass in just game 2 of the season for Keyshawn George. Again, I think we are all so fired up for what he was going to do, or maybe the potential of what he could do coming into this year. And in games 1 and 2, man, I mean, could it go any better? The only person I think maybe complaining in the whole Wizards organization about what Keyshawn George is doing, and I'm sure he isn't saying this publicly, is Bilal Coulibaly. Again, my guy sitting on my not that other word, sitting on my shoulder here. Hey, he's got to be looking at this going, man, I hope I can get back on the court as quickly as possible. And we think he's coming back pretty soon, to be quite honest. It was only supposed to be, I think, a few games, if that, going into the season. But I have to imagine he's going, man, I want to show what I can do. And again, I've talked about, I think in the young wing pecking order right now, Cam and Keyshawn and particularly Keyshawn, have supplanted Bilal moving forward, to be quite honest. Want to talk a little bit more about the defense. And again, I feel like spearheaded by what Keyshawn George was able to do. We also saw Alex Sarr have 3 blocks. Again, a second game in a row where he seems committed to being an inside player, to be quite honest. He goes, let's see, 14 points. Didn't quite hit the double double. 14 points, 9 boards in this game, 5 assists, and again, 3 rejections. Love what we've seen so far from Alex Sarr. And again, he kind of could be that X factor defensively. Again, a player that can be an elite rim protector and also switch 1 through 5. I've seen a little bit of pushback to the idea that he's not taking outside shots this year, not taking 3-point attempts. Don't think he had one at all in game 1, and then only 1 3-point attempt here in game 2. He's got to figure out a way to be efficient somewhere on the court, right? And if last year he wasn't efficient from 3-point land or efficient in the lane, or really from on his 2-point field goal attempts either. And so if this gets him that going in that direction, if this gets him just going in a more efficient manner, getting more inside looks, I'm all for it. And it's not like the outside shot is gone forever and he has to take it out of the tool bag for his entire career. It's just that this can currently be the focus because you have players like Trey Johnson knocking down 3 balls left and right. You have guys that can do that for you on the roster. And I like what Alex Sarr has been able to do. And again, holding Dallas under 110 to 107, it was really a late garbage time bucket, really was 105. I thought super impressive. The field goal percentages for Dallas really low. I mean, 43% from the floor, 29% from 3-point land. You love that. And we talked about how defense has been a priority all offseason. Didn't really see that, at least in the first half of game 1. Love that it's shown up here in game 2. Really fired up for what the Wizards were able to do. Of course, I don't have yesterday's video, so you might hear my talking for a second as I pull it up here, so we can chat about your comments. Remember, guys, we're gonna dive into that comment section every single day moving forward. Typically, videos coming at you on weekdays. You'll have a little weekend content here with a Friday night game for the Wizards. Remember the home opener against Charlotte coming up on Sunday. Gonna have my reaction video coming out on Monday from that game. Again, running out of breath here. Late night here recording, trying to get this reaction video out for you guys on a Saturday morning. But let's dive into your comments. I know I saw one that I really wanted to mention. It was from Norman Aquino 305. Appreciate your comment, man. Said homecoming for Trey, and loved what we saw in that homecoming. I actually probably should have referenced in yesterday's video, hey, returning to Texas, of course, where he grew up, and, was SEC Freshman of the Year, of course, in the state, and of course at Texas. Again, another great performance from Trey to start his career, the catch and shoot ability. And now we're even seeing him, come off whether it's a dribble handoff or come off a catch up top and get downhill and have those little elbow pull up jumpers that, made Bradley Beal so special. Really impressive what he's been able to do so far. Uh, Baltimore Get Up 9537 says things would be easier if Flag was here, but hey, I'm quite happy with Trey, and I think that's reinforced today as well. Again, another positive performance for the rookie, and really, I mean, could you feel any better about the young core right now? Even when you just look at, I'm just going to give you 3 players: Cam, Keyshawn, Trey Johnson. And I'm not discounting anyone else on the roster. Trust me, this is not a, the Bub, Bilal, whatever. This is not about them. I'm just saying those 3 guys. If I just tell you those 3 guys are on your roster for the next 5 years, don't you feel pretty good? I would say. Let me add you on a 4th. Alex Sarr. Those 4 guys are on your roster for the next 4 to 5 years. You can build around those 4 players. Maybe even add a top 3 pick next year. I think you feel pretty good about your future, and that's what Will Dawkins has set up here in DC. I'm fired up. we'll keep you posted on everything Wizards related moving forward. I'm running out of breath. I'm going to shut this down. Again, remember, Charlotte coming up this Sunday. We'll have a reaction coming out for you on Monday. Make sure you hit those like and subscribe buttons. Man, I didn't even say it at the top. If you've gotten this far already, please make sure you hit those like and subscribe buttons. Remember, drop those comments down below as well. Again, I appreciate all the support. We're on the road to 1K. We've recently hit 600 subscribers. Thanks for watching another episode of Wizards Latest.